Since I was 18, really, I'd really felt that sense of call from God. I remember studying the Bible and the gospel just coming to life in a new way for me, being blown away by just the depth of God's love for his people, but then also simultaneously my heart breaking, realizing, wow, people back home, they have no idea, like not even an awareness of the invitation that Jesus has for everyone. Liz and I, we'd been praying consistently from the moment we got married, really, of like, one day, God, we know you'll send us. It was reading a prayer aloud online about this, small town that wasn't too far from where I grew up, called Blaenau Ffestiniog, filled with real struggles of unemployment and addiction and depression being rife. This prayer just asked, like, would we pray that the Lord would call Christians to live in this area, to work in this area, to minister and to testify to the goodness and hope of the gospel. And when I read that prayer aloud, just had that immediate sense of like, wow, like we must go, and if we don't go, then who will? From an outside perspective, moving to Blaenau from Cardiff didn't make much sense. It meant leaving friends, and with that, initially experiencing isolation and loneliness at times. I remember in that first week talking to some local dads with their kids and just feeling, wow, like we're just very different, and just worrying, like, are we going to be able to connect? Like, are we going to be able to reach the people that we feel God placing on our hearts? But a job opportunity came up to work as a rugby officer in the area, based in the local high school. Now people know who we are because of the work that I do, and it has exposed me really to the realities of living here. When you're in the high school, you can't help but see the need that there is around, how fragile and vulnerable some of these children's backgrounds really are and the homes that they grow up in. Our prayer is that we would see a church planted here, that we would see people experience, as we see around us, Jesus as the rock, and that they can find refuge in and that safe place in. Everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved, but how can they be saved if they do not hear the message?